me, Renee. I'm back. And yeah, again, I'm on the floor because I kind of wanted to. There's some light over there in the corner because it's sunny outside. Yes, it's sunny sometimes in Norway. And I can't be bothered to fix the light. It's just up in the corner. You won't be that bothered, I'm thinking. You probably won't. I won't. And yeah. So yeah, as you can see, this is kind of like a little update on my reading year so far. So yeah, and I'm filming it the day before it's going up, so it won't really be that different from yeah. Anyway, I've read 26 books. Well, 26-ish books. I've read 26 English books because that's kind of the ones I can um, count like on Storygraph, because counting Norwegian books kind of, I suppose I could put them in, but I'm not really bothering to do that. But yeah, I've read, well, I don't think I read that many Norwegian books. I've read one Norwegian arc. Maybe that's it. No, I read two Norwegian books. At least two Norwegian books. Yeah. So 26 books, 26 English books, and if you count Norwegian books, it'll go up to 28. Yeah, so it's not that far off. But yeah. Out of those, I've finished 3 series within those books. That is the Arusha series. I've just finished that just last weekend. Great ending to the series. Quite sad it's ended, but yeah, I love that last book. I also finished Sherlock Holmes series, which I finished back in January. And I also finished The Uncommoners, which is a steampunk, I want to say, middle grade by Jennifer Bell. I've read that from the library, so yeah. Yeah. In case I don't know, I also have planned like this year to read more of my own books. And yeah, but I also have like a goal to finish or continue in more series. So I've read more series, but a lot of them has been library books, so I kind of cheated my own goal there. Like I haven't really read that many of my own books. Then again, I have. I'll get that in a minute. Yeah, I've started 3 series. Those 3 series. At the moment, I'm kind of blanking out what those series are. But yeah, I have started 3 series. I just checked it out, so that's kind of annoying. Um, wait, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much. Like I've started 3 series. That's nothing. I kind of want to figure out which 3 I've started, and why am I blanking out? Yes, one of them is the Loki series by Mark Stowell, Louis Stowell, something like that. It's a British guy who's written a new uh, book series, middleweight series based on Loki, the Asgardian. Oh, it's not Asgardian, but you know the Loki from Norse mythology. So I started that book. Well, started that series. Not started that book, but started that series. There's 2 more. I can't for me think of which they are. Ah, you know what? I'm not too bothered to check it out. But yeah, and then I've continued one series. Uh, that being yeah, that being the Magic Trio series. I also just finished this one actually yesterday. Read it and like read it more or less one sitting. And yes, honestly, I suppose yeah, me doing being impulsive. But yeah, I'm gonna give a quick review of this one. Honestly, I've really enjoyed the first 2 better than this one, but I still enjoy this one. But the first 2 were better, I would say. But yeah, still quick, nice read. Also, yeah, still has. I mean, it's by the same people, so it still has the same beautiful art. And yeah, I would say the art and coloring in this series is so beautiful. So yeah. And yeah, and I have 8 DnFs. So yeah. Also, those DnFs I are books that I own. So those books I've already given away to charity. So I suppose yes, this year I haven't like a lot of the books I've read uh have been library books. Yes. But I have read some of my own books, but sadly they have been DnFs. But I suppose like my whole goal of like reading more of the books I own is kind of to like to make my TBR smaller. So like if I read them and they're DNFs, or if I read them and I finish them, the goal is still finished. I mean, I'll still have made my TBR smaller. So yeah, I suppose in an ideal world, I would finish more of these books because they would be books that I would enjoy to finish. But I'm not gonna force myself to finish it just because I'm gonna make my TBR smaller in someone else's idea because DNF doesn't count. No, I mean if I don't enjoy it, I'm gonna DNF it. Simple as that, really. Not really that much more to it. But I've had some DNFs this year, sadly. But on the other hand, like I've also had some really good reads. So I would say like it hasn't been that awful reading a year so far. I suppose some of the books that I've started and has ended up being DNFs, they're like I suppose I could have finished them because they haven't been awful. But again, I suppose maybe I'm a bit strict, like I suppose according to other people. But in my mind, I'm like, if I'm not if I'm not loving a book or really like wanting to read it, like wanting to clean up again, like I suppose not all books I read in one sitting. And I think I do like if I think we don't DNF it or not. Like if I think about it when I'm doing other stuff, then it's not a book I'm gonna DNF. But it's not really. But if it's a book I don't really go around thinking about, then yeah, it's a DNF because I'm not gonna waste my time on books that I don't really think about when I'm not reading it. Because if that's the case, it's not really a book that has left a big impression. Like even if it's just one character, one scene I'm thinking about, that character, that scene has left an impression. And yeah, so that's that really. And yeah, let's now kind of talk about some books that I'm currently reading. So I just started yesterday, Strange Academy. So this is a kind of bundle of like the first year one. So it's like several magazines, several stories in one. Like it's the first year. So 500 pound on autograph, but yeah, what have you. I've gotten like how far in it have I gotten? I've forgotten to put a bookmarking in it, so yeah, I'm so smart. But I've gotten like a few pages into it, and yeah, so far I'm very much enjoying it. So this school is in New Orleans, while like in well, I suppose we don't really have a school like this in the MCU yet, but like there's been some rumors of maybe like having a spin-off TV series where you would have a school set in like not the Taj Mahal, the center, yeah, where Wong lives, where like the supreme, where the sorcerers like are teach, taught and stuff, well, live and do their stuff, and that's kind of in the MCU. It's in Asia, but like still, I mean, doesn't really have to. I mean, you don't really have to. I mean, it's an adaptation. It's not like a word for word uh, translation of the story, but yeah, I kind of like it how it is so far. And yeah, gonna read on more in it. Then I also have another library book, Gargantis by Thomas Taylor. This being the second book in this trilogy. It's a mystery. I want to say it's a magical story, though. I suppose so far I suppose it's more like a magical story. I would say. I suppose maybe the thing I would compare it to most is A Series of Unfortunate Events because it's set in our world, but it's set in a world not quite like our world. And I feel like it's magic in it, but it's not really. I suppose it's more like creepiness and more like myths and like the stories and the like. This thing that's I suppose I don't know. I also kind of feel like it's slightly steampunky because like there's tech in here that's not everyday, not tech that we actually have in real life. But yeah, there's not downright magic in it, but like it feels magical. So yeah, and yeah, I have the third one on in as an arc. So yeah, I kind of want to read this one, and also yeah, very much enjoying it so far. Like two chapters into it, and yeah, loving being back in this world. And if you like that kind of stuff, like a series of unfortunate events, like stories that take place in our world, which creepy but like also charming and also like it's yeah, I would say like it has like a very great setting. Like the setting is so like you can very much feel like you're in the setting where it is. And yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, check out this series. And then I also started Norwegian book. Well, translated to Norwegian. Mysteriet på Asphalt Hall. Well, I suppose this one I just kind of read like I've read like 2 chapters in it, but I'm kind of thinking I kind of want to read more in it. But also like I have other plans for the rest of the month. Like yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Also on audiobook, I'm listening to started yesterday an audiobook called Migrate Escape. So the main character was. I think this plot has been like done a lot of things lately, but yeah, it's a book where she okay. So in the first chapter, she gets dumped by her well, her husband, no, by her by her boyfriend. But she not only gets dumped, she gets dumped on live television. So yeah, big deal, embarrassing deal. And then she kind of thinks, okay, yeah. And then next kind of thing, she gets flowers, and it says like, I kind of want to give her another go. So like, she think, like, okay, so is one of my exes kind of want to get back? And then she also thinks like, well, she's been dumped by all of exes. None of her relationship she has been like ended by her, or none of them has like been ended with like them mutually agreeing to go each other to go apart. No, she's always being the dumpy. So yeah, she kind of wants to like meet her exes, and I kind of think like maybe your ex wants me back, but also like, why did you dump me? Am I so dumpable? And yeah, it's quite fun, funny listen, well, story so far. So yeah, very much enjoying that. And yeah, so I just also just discovered, well, I suppose as of today when I'm filming, it's 1 week left of this month. I suppose when you've seen this, it's 1 week and 1 day left. But yeah, more or less 1 week left. So I have some books I kind of want to read the rest of this month, like romantic or like well, I suppose some of them are romances, some of them are kind of just kind of books that I want to read. They are, I suppose, as usual, like sometimes someone like make when I throw together a TBR, like for like just a week or something. They are a lot of these books, so if I get to them all, I don't know. But yeah, I want to read them, so here they are. I have Take Me Home Tonight by Morgan Matson. I haven't really read a Morgan Matson read for quite a few years now. This one came out 2 years ago, I want to say. 1 year ago? 2 year ago? Yeah, anyway. I very much enjoy his stories. They also always have romance in them. There's also like a drama, friendship aspect to them. And I think that this one takes place like over one night, I'm thinking. I think it's something like that. And yeah. And then we have The Guncle by Stephen Rowley. This one came out last year. Yeah, last year. And I think also it was kind of it like it was nominated for Goodreads Awards. It didn't win, but yeah, it was nominated for it. And it's all about yeah, it's been kind of gotten really rave reviews. It's all about this um uncle. He's also gay, so uncle is a gay uncle, and he's left with the responsibility of his not three, two nieces and nephews during one summer because his sister is kind of like, yeah, she doesn't really want to take care of them anymore. I think. Well, sorry, I'm going to just blah 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 blah. Um, so when tragedy strikes and Patrick finds himself suddenly taking on the role of primary guardian. Okay, so it's not she's kind of leaving. I think maybe she's dead because tragedy strikes. Thinking it has to be like that his sister is dead. For some reason, I thought she was just kind of left them. So like I suppose also like yeah, if you leave them with him, he also has to take care of them. I don't know. But yeah, it's supposed to be a very funny story set in Florida, and yeah, quite want to read it. Then we have Generation Wonder, the new age of heroes. This is a story with superheroes, but also like romance focused. Like every story of these like superheroes, they all have like a romance story in them. And yeah, Also have this on audiobooks. I might do like both thing in there. And then we have The Jasmine Throne by Tasa Shuri. This is a sapphic love story, but also it's a fantasy story set in the East. And yeah, it's gotten very good reviews. So yeah, want to read it. It's a bit of a chunker. I suppose maybe I'll just start this one, but yeah. What am I if not ambitious? And then we have Someone in Time by, well, edited by Jonathan Stratton. So this is a time travel love story anthology. So just like love stories set across time. And yeah, definitely want to read it. I've had it on my TBR, well, for a, a bit over a year, I think now. So kind of want to read it. And yep. And then we have Hamilton's Battalion. I'm thinking this one I probably will check out because it's not that long and it's 3 short stories. So yeah, talked about this one before, but yeah, it's a love story set around the Civil War. Yeah, well, it's not civil, during the Revolutionary War in the United States, and yeah. And then we have the Hookup Plan by Farrell Ocean. This is the third in the series, so it was, yeah, will also work with like my continuation or finishing series because this is the third in a companion series. And yeah, love the first one. I didn't love the second one, but I did like it. Hoping I'll love this one as well. And then we have A Dreadful Splendor, which is a historical mystery slash romance story. And yeah. And yeah, that's kind of it for all of that. Kind of, yeah, my plan for rest of the month. Yeah, wee bit ambitious, but yeah, when I'm not ambitious. And also this weekend I'm not working, though. Like I have family coming to visit, but yeah. Anywho, that's kind of my, yeah, thinking. And yeah, if you have any thoughts on these books, if you have read any of these books, if you have any, if you want to talk to me how your reading's going this year, please do. And I'll see you soon. Bye.